I am joined here with the CEO of Bode, Robert Price. Rob, the internet is blowing up right now. Reddit is on fire. There are so many comments out there on how do I price my home given this inflationary and interest rate raise situation that's happening in Canada. So I brought up an example here of somebody on Reddit who listed their house, then terminated it and actually increased their price. What do you think they're thinking?
That's a great question. It's a bit crazy right now with exactly with the points you made on the inflation front. But I think one thing that made me, you and I, as founders of this business, really excited about our model is not going through all these pricing games, all the things that happen with agents trying to tell you what to do, and you're looking at data and they're telling you something else. They have gut, you have to trust them. All of that gets very confusing and opaque. For us, it's the data set. It's all about the data, and the data says what your value is worth. And then you pick the number that is most competitive at the start. You know, we've all seen the articles of people in these white hot markets putting a property on for $1 and then just having an explosion
That's right.
of demand. I think that's all just kind of creating confusion for everybody instead of making it a good and, high integrity experience. So when I look at this, I just say the most important thing is to start competitive, and you'll actually end up making more money that way in the end of the day.
Yeah, listen, picking your price based on actual market, for a lot of people, they don't know what the market is. It's all very, behind this veil of not being able to understand literally what is happening in the market, because it's someone's told them their neighbor down the street got 9 offers. This agent's telling them this, that agent's telling them that. And one of our favorite things to do is just kind of take the veil down and show everyone actually what's happening. And without that information, it is scary. But in this scenario where you literally are looking right at, I know exactly what my neighbor sold for, when they sold for it, and I know exactly who I'm competing with in the marketplace, because you know your house better than anyone else. It's not like you can walk an agent around your house and all of a sudden they become an expert. No, you've been living there for a number of years usually when you go to sell your house. So when you're armed with the information and that data, it's just it eliminates the fear of you could be doing this wrong. To me, it looks like this person has switched agents or something, and the second person was like, I can get you more money than the first guy or whatever. But there are interesting times out there. But if you have the data, then it's less opinion based and more just fact. And then believe in yourself once you're in it. So I love these conversations because I think, everyone's so much better off once they have the information. It's no longer opinion.
Yeah, there's a couple of tactics that we know happen often with agents. Yeah. Sometimes an agent will come in and say, I could get you 300,000 more for your property to win the listing than is reality. And other times, and then the market will actually dictate that it's a lot less than that, and then they'll have to kind of backpedal from that standpoint. The other end of the spectrum is they are a relationship of yours or somebody that you trust, or you have trust, let's say, in your personal life, and they come in and tell you it's worth way less than it actually is so that it sells fast right from the start. And then they're able to make their commissions and you lose a bunch of equity. So it's just why having the actual market information available at your fingertips is critical, especially in a market like this where, there's a lot of moving pieces with inflation, with interest rates going up, and the value of our Canadian currency degrading as inflation goes up. Every dollar every one of us has, we got to keep it in our pocket, because it's hard nobody can predict exactly what's going to happen here in the future, but keeping your costs tight and retaining as much of your equity is the smartest thing you can do.
Yeah. Price right, keep your equity, do it yourself. I love it.